Good evening. Welcome to this interview webinar. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the students for joining today and who are not there, that you got selected for the second phase of your admission process at BITS Design School, which is portfolio and interview. Today's webinar is about the interview process that we are going to take for you and how this process will be conducted by the faculty. So we have two prominent faculties here who will take you through this, Ms. Joey and Mr. Samir Parker. Hi, Joey. Hi, Samir.
Hi, Kumaran. Hello, everyone.
Thank you for joining. Yeah, so the further session will be taken by Joey and Samir. You can proceed, Joey.
Yeah. I will share
Great.
my screen.
Yeah.
So, yes, thank you, Kumaran, and hi, Zui, and hello to all the 200 odd participants we have. Congratulations, folks. Great that you could make it this far, and look forward to many of you all actually coming to us on our wonderful campus. So, this, as you can see, is a picture of our Center of Excellence at our campus in Kalyan. And you all have been through the process, getting to this point, and now what lies ahead is that unique one-on-one interaction with folks like Zui, myself, and many others from the academic community at BITS Design School. But before we make it to this wonderful, colorful campus, we move on to the next slide, which is some guidelines about the interview. So, like any interview, the BITS design interview is a one-on-one session, and it gives us a chance to know you better and to understand what you bring to the BITS design school. Of course, your portfolio is the basis for that, and it does show you your uh, inclinations as a creative practitioner. It gives us a sense of the skills, of the explorations, but it is also a sense of what it is to be part of the BITS design fraternity. Fraternity is a community, and like any community, being a member of that comes as a certain privilege. Zui, myself, Kumaran, all of us, we do feel special. We do feel that we are part of something larger than ourselves. And what we are looking for is students who will be able to make the most of this community, this opportunity to learn, to develop themselves, to share their work, and to grow as they get into the world of design. And we do believe that at BITS Design School, we have something that is genuinely world class. And the interview is about that sense of each unique individual. All of you all are certainly not the same, and there is no single cookie cutter model we are looking at. But how you can grow is what the interview process will be about. Zui, if you'd like to, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
So, before we get into what the interview looks like, I want to shift your perspective a little bit. This interview is not just about us evaluating you, it is also about identifying people, like Samir said, it's identifying people who will shape what this institute becomes. Because BITS School of Design is building its culture, its voice, its way of thinking. We're really looking for people who are excited to contribute to this instead of just fitting in. So the interview is designed to go a little deeper than your portfolio. We are not just asking what you have made We are trying to understand how you think, why you made certain choices, certain design decisions, what excites you about design really. You might be asked to explain your project, your process, your decisions. There are no trick questions here. It's really a conversation to understand your intent and your curiosity. So think of it less as an evaluation and more as a discussion about your journey into design. Moving on to interview evaluation criteria. Um, the first point here is about curiosity and awareness. One of the first things we are looking for is curiosity. Not just interest, but genuine curiosity about the world of design. This could mean knowing different areas of design, being aware of what is happening around you, or even just observing things deeply in your everyday life. So sometimes even noticing why, let's say, a simple poster works or doesn't work for that matter, it's enough. We're not looking at formal knowledge of anything at this point of time. But having that curiosity, having that understanding, having that sensibility is something that we are looking at. Reflection, the next point is about reflection and understanding your own work. It is an important thing to know how well you understand your own work. Can you explain your ideas? Can you reflect on what worked or what didn't work? What would you have done differently if you had, let's say, another attempt given for it? So that's about reflection and understanding of your own work. The next point is about communication. Communication is also really important. How clearly can you express your ideas and your thoughts? Can you explain your ideas in a way that someone else understands them clearly? You don't need any fancy language, fancy vocabulary, really. But what matters at the end of the day is how clearly can you communicate it. The next one is about collaboration and social skills. Design is, as you know, rarely a social solo activity, right? So we are looking at how you listen, how you engage, and how open are you to different perspectives and different ideas. Even in the interview, this shows up in how you respond, yeah, and not just what you say. Overall, we're not looking for perfection, really. We're not looking for perfect candidates. We're looking for people who are thoughtful, curious, and willing to grow. So come in as yourself, be honest about your work, and treat it as a conversation. I will hand over to Samir.
Hello.
Samir, also, if you would like to add anything to the previous slides.
No, Zui, I think we've covered it quite nicely. So, folks, kind of taking what Zui said forward, the point of the interview is to be yourself, and each of y'all has a best foot. Go back and check whether it's your left or right foot, and that's the one you step across the threshold with. So, our website has a set of criteria for what the interview review process is. Your portfolio is the starting point, though not the complete basis of what the interview session will be about. But look at where you think the questions might come from there. What is your most interesting work is often the starting point of the interview process. What you've said in your portfolio often will be read quite closely. All of your portfolio might not be read, but there will be something you might have said about a particular project. So do remember, revisit your write up, the terminology, etc. And it might be useful for some of you all if you need to have a kind of backup, that you have some kind of cue cards, note cards that are there so that you can kind of work from your strengths. So these were the couple of points about putting your best foot forward. And if I'm not mistaken, we're open to Q&A after this, right, Kumaran?
Yeah, so we have that session post.
We're not getting into the criteria in this session. They can look at that in detail.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so can we start the question answer?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have few questions for you on portfolio also, Joey and Samir. So we'll take
Mhm.
those questions also in the session, apart from the interview ones. So
Yeah. The submission of the portfolio has happened, though, right, Kumaran?
yeah. So though it happened earlier in the last month. So students, we do have the YouTube link, YouTube video uploaded on YouTube. So you can go through those videos also on YouTube about the portfolio webinar. So though the questions asked here will be say answered now, but for say further thing, you can go to YouTube and see those videos. And there's one more important information that we have extended the portfolio submission by one more day. So that now the last day becomes 21st of April for all the students. So they can upload the portfolio till 21st April, 11:59 p.m. But please do not wait till the last moment to upload the portfolio. There can be any technical error or any uploading error. So please don't wait till last minute. Try to do everything by tomorrow. And the first step is about the interview slot confirmation. So please do choose your interview slots on first come first serve basis. Don't wait till the last moment, otherwise you won't get your choice of interview slots and the date. Yeah, we can go on for the question and answer session. How do I prepare for an interview? Will it be same as job interview?
So, no, it's not the same as a job interview. In terms of preparation, I think we have given you all some of the points. Azuri, you can unshare the screen, I think, if you're sharing it. Uh, a job interview is something where there's a singular set of skills that the interviewer is expecting from the interviewee. Here we are looking at variation and diversity. Of course, there is a certain entry level interest in design, awareness of design, skills, exploration, but the range of students is what makes any institute special. And like we've said, it's of course interest in design, but also curiosity for things in the world, ways you have found expression through other creative practices that we are looking at. And spontaneity and authenticity, I would say, is at the heart of the interview that we conduct. And so be yourself is most important. Be listening to what the interviewer is saying. Let the question sort of sink in. Don't be in a rush to kind of give the practiced answer, because we are calibrating. We are listening closely to how well a student is processing our questions. Juliet, any question? If you think I've missed something, please do add.
For sure.
Sure.
Yeah, Kumaran, likewise,
Yes,
if you think that I need to further clarify or whatever, just let
sure,
us
sure.
know. Otherwise, we can move it ahead.
So is solely a good interview enough for admission, or uh, how much role the portfolio plays?
So the weightage, I think we have shared before. Kumaran, would you like to just
Yeah,
revise the
so
weightage?
we have 30% weightage for the exam score that on the basis of which you have been selected now. Say whatever scores you uploaded. 30% weightage stands for the portfolio submission and 40% for your interview. So the highest number of weightage is for the interviews. That depends upon your portfolio and your discussion with the say interview panels.
Yeah. So the portfolio is the basis for the interview, but if you're not able to answer questions on the portfolio, if there is something that the interviewer is uh, asking you which you've not been able to answer, then yeah, there will be a consequence. But the single largest factor will be it.
Yes, Samir. What will be the interview language and how much it will affect the interview marks?
Zoe, would you like to?
So primarily the language is English. However, if you need to explain certain things in, let's say, your mother tongue or Hindi, you can ask the interviewer if the interviewer is, is familiar with the language, and you can proceed.
Yeah, the next question is on portfolio. The question is, I have done a lot of work in various fields like motion graphics, video gaming, sketching cars, robotics, programming, photography, and many other electronic stuff. I'm confused how to fit all of this in a portfolio. So how do I go about that?
I would suggest the starting point would be seeing the webinar for portfolio. You will get a fair share of idea from there. If even after that you don't really understand, I would just say pick your best stuff. Eliminating something is also as important as selecting something. So try not to cramp your portfolio with too many things, but do share some important things. And it would be a good idea to share one example of every kind of work that you have done instead of having two, three of the same kind. And if there's anything else, Samir, that you would like to add.
No, absolutely. Like Zoe said, making the selection is as important as doing the work. क्या रखना है, क्या छोड़ना है, वो भी मतलब एक कला है. And make that choice, give the widest range. And the more you put in, be prepared to be answering questions also on them.
Yeah, yes, Samir. So we have more questions on portfolios today rather than interview process. So another question goes here. Does all projects require slides explaining the process? In case I have some projects that don't have a documented process, can I still add those and expect a good mark?
So if you're saying just the outcome, yes, you may certainly put it in, but in any design presentation and any design conversation, how you got there, how you made the choices is very significant. So I would say give precedence to where you have representation of the process. And of course, sometimes we don't, but have a write-up that clearly gives the viewer a sense of how you got there. Beautifully finished final product at this stage, while it's certainly valuable, is not the only thing we are looking for. We want to understand how your mind works.
Exactly. One more question on portfolio. Would a Behance link be accepted as a portfolio? Also, will be presenting the document from our end, so we will be able to use an interactive version of the document.
So the submission needs to be in the format that is prescribed, and this is a practice that you all need to get into. In terms of presenting, you can have that as a backup, but let us not presume that that is the way the interviewer on that particular day would like to see it. So yes, you may have that, and you can request, can I show you this from my side? But depending on the nature of that particular interview, make sure that your submitted document represents your work in the most complete way, so that can be used. Varun, do you think I've answered that question?
Yes, Samir.
Okay.
So other questions on the open house. Okay, this I will answer. So guys, the students who have got shortlisted, we have shared them the open house. Open house is an interactive session with the dean, faculties, students, and other team members of the BITS Design School. So generally, we have this open house, which we call now inside BITSDES, is going to happen in four cities. First is in Mumbai on 23rd of April. 25th we have in Bangalore, and first is in Delhi, and third is in Pune. So we have shared the form to everyone. So example, say if you are not able to attend, or if you know in advance that you won't be able to come to the Mumbai session, you can register for the Pune or the other two, Delhi or Bangalore session. But it is not compulsory, because so many of you are asking that whether it is compulsory to attend. So it depends on you whether it's good that you come and you meet all these say valuable members of the design school, and so that your doubts gets clarified before you come for the interview session. So it's optional, but you can come with your parents, grandparents, up to you. So we have in this all these four cities, and we already shared the link through the email. So we do also have the last date for, I think, for all the open houses for the registration. So please make sure that you do the registration before the last date. How many of the 180 selected students will be offered scholarship? Okay, so the scholarship process completely depends upon the admission process. That is your exam score of 30% weightage, 30% weightage of your portfolio, and 40% weightage of your interview. So all this score combines to form a merit score, on the basis of which we'll be offering you uh, merit scholarship. Around 40 to 45 students will get merit scholarship. We have three categories in it: 25%, 50%, and 75%. The other type of scholarship is merit cum main scholarship, for whose the family income should be less than 18 lakhs as you receive the meal. And this is also given to around 40-45 students. And the top four students of this admission process will get chancellor scholarship, which is 100% scholarship on the tuition fee. So all the scholarships given to you at the time of admission will be there with you for all the 4 years. You are not supposed to reapply every year again and again. So it will be there with you for the all the 4 years. But it solely depends upon the admission process. No other things will be considered for the scholarship thing. So all these questions, sort of questions you can have in the open house that we are going to conduct. Okay, so now one more question on portfolio. If the projects are good in portfolio, but the presentation is like okay, how much it will cost the marks of the portfolio?
The portfolio is evaluated independently. Like we've said, 30% is for that. And if you aren't able to present it well in the interview, then that will have a consequence on the 40% component of the marks. So do practice. And once again, we aren't looking for a very polished, highly finessed presentation, but authenticity and ownership of the work that's there. So be able to, because we won't necessarily ask you about the end product. The end product we can see, as I said before, it is about the process, how the mind of the designer is working, why you made certain choices. If there's a reference to the work of another designer or artist or architect that's there, all of this is part of the capacity and knowledge that you all are building and putting out there. So the interview and the presentation of your work does count.
Yeah. So will the interviewer request to see the projects live on camera?
Interesting question. It wouldn't hurt to have them around because some interviewers might, depending on the amount of time and if there's something that's very interestingly technically complex, it would be nice to have them and even volunteer that would you like to see it, but there's no hard and fast rule about that. The submission in the portfolio should cover the work in the most complete way.
Yes, Samir, thank you. So I would like to add few things more about the open house, as we are receiving so many questions about that. So it is not compulsory. Again, I'm explaining, not compulsory, but I know that there are only 4 cities for this open house. So you can register for any one of those cities for this open house, where your questions will be answered, and it is not compulsory. And there will be no campus tour in this open house. So we will be having a separate campus tour session in the month of May post your final result. So at that point of time, we invite you for the campus tour. So right now in this open house, whether it's Mumbai campus itself, we won't be having any campus tour, but we'll be having a sort of presentation by the dean, followed by all the faculties and students. I think that we have answered almost all the questions. Let me go through it once. If we have any different question. I think we have shared everything in the portfolio email, student, that what sort of file formats we are accepting for the video. So video uploading is not compulsory. Again, I'm repeating it. It's optional, not compulsory for all. So to upload your portfolio is compulsory in the PDF format, not the video format. Okay, so please try to upload the
Under
portfolio
25 MB.
under 25 MB. Yeah. So we do not have any say restrictions to the number of slides, but please keep it that the faculty can at least go through say in say specific amount of time. Don't put it say large number of slides in the inside the portfolio, but make sure that it would add all of your work and it is within the mentioned size limit of 25 MB. Same is applicable to the video file also. So there's nothing specific that we are looking for in your portfolio. It's up to you that what you guys have to present in the portfolio that you are capable of. Am I right, Samir?
Yeah, absolutely. To underline, video is not compulsory, but if you have done work in which the output is either animation or some kind of film or something that is worthy of the video format, only then add it. There's no extra marks for doing the video. If your work is essentially drawing, sketches, models, etc., then the PDF should be adequate. There is no bonus for the video. It is only if the video format is relevant to the kind of work and exploration you are doing.
Yeah. Thank you, Samir. Anything you want to add, Julie?
I think uh, I think we've covered it all.
Yeah, so even I think that we have answered almost all the questions. The question repeating now.
Yeah.
And guys, please, if you have any query on portfolio, please visit YouTube and search for the BITSDES portfolio webinar video,
Yes.
and you can find everything over there. And
Yeah.
still you don't have any answer to that, you can call the counselors. The numbers are mentioned in the website, or you can drop a email to us, admissions@bitsdesign.edu.in. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you,
So
Samir. Thank you. Yeah, yes,
yeah,
Samir.
all the best, folks. Once again, interview is an exciting, exhilarating process, not just for you all, but for us. We enjoy getting to know you all. So, once again, bring your best version, be authentic. Don't worry if you're a little nervous. A little bit of nervousness sometimes makes it very real, but we are eager. We are excited, and we want you to represent yourself in the best possible way. This is not an interview where we are going to be poking and probing and trying to find weaknesses. Yeah? We are going to be encouraging. We do want you to give the best version of yourselves. So please take that in a positive way. If you can attend the open house is well and good. But even if you can't, do not worry about that. Show up for the interview with a good state of mind and knowing that myself, Zui, whoever else is going to be on the interview panel is there rooting for you. Okay? All the best, Kumaran. Thank you. Zui, thank you. And goodbye to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.